I will tell you how to get really overpowered early in Ghost of Yotei thanks to amazing unlocks, including skills that you want to get. No story spoilers of course in this video. So first up, you want to get a horse from a stable near your house. Maybe you already got it, but still wanted to quickly highlight it because you can miss it and then you are stuck with the starting horse for the entire game and cannot pick the one you like and choose a name. After that, follow the first main mission that gives you the dual katanas, but then I think it's smart to immediately go get the Odachi. This enormous weapon is not only really fun to use, but it's also the weakness of the annoying brutes enemies, and actually really strong against any other enemy type in the game. So to get it, we want to travel to this part of the map. Here you will find the Odachi master. You can immediately complete this quest and then the weapon is yours. And high chance, if you've been looting things, that you got the 20 medal that you can then immediately use to upgrade the weapon at the forge in your home. Now you one-shot archers, very quickly take care of the other enemies, especially in the early game region. I want to tell you how to make it even stronger early on. First though, let's focus on some other unlocks, because actually on your way to the Odachi Master, you want to stop over here on the map at the Dead Man's Tree. Here you will namely find Taro, who will give you a brand new armor set that immediately gives you some nice perks, while the Onryo armor that you start out with does not start with any perks. If you set up camp and then eat for a random buff and an extra spirit orb, you now also increase your spirit gains with the first pack of this armor set. It also increases your max health with the second perk, and fire and cold damage is reduced. This will come in handy a little later in the game, although I would argue it's not really that good. Now, in order to upgrade the armor, we want to unlock an armorer, who we can, for example, find in the Yotei's Shadow Inn. So totally do that main mission for if you haven't already. It's kind of wild to do this with the Odachi. Then you can visit the armorer and see the upgrades for the new outfit. If you can, totally get the first two upgrades, as the increases are pretty good. But no need to get the third upgrade anytime soon, as again, the fire and cold damage resistance is not that great, period. But another important thing you want to get in the Yotei Shadow Inn is a bow. It's only 300 mon, a steal. Now totally get the Yumi bow as well once you got the money, but high chance you don't have that at this point. Luckily, there's an easy way to get money early on, and that is by doing the bounties from the bounty board close by. So pick them up, and especially going after Crow Genso is great early on, because then you get your first tool, Metsubushi. This is especially great in combination with the Odachi, as you will stun enemies, so you don't have to stagger them first and can then quickly take them out. Totally do the other bounties as well for more money and loot, and then Gojiro will tell you about a special target that you can go after for the Bounty Master outfit, so totally do that too. We go over that outfit and way more armor sets you can get early in the early armors video. A link to that in the video description. Of course, leave a like on this video as well if you liked it so far, and subscribe for way more Ghost of Yotei spoiler-free content. You also want to chase the Altars of Reflection early, because that is the only way to get skills in this game. Very close to the Yotei's Shadow Inn, you find a monk who will lead you to an altar. And it's smart to buy the maps from the cartographer in the Yotei's Shadow Inn as well. They are super cheap and reveal 3 locations on the map. I think it's worth it to buy these from the cartographer in every new region you enter to get these valuable skills. And the skills you want to unlock first include the roll that makes dodging enemy attacks way easier. Also in the survival tree, Onryo's will to revive yourself for 3 spirit orbs is very good, and totally get the upgrade too at some point, so you can revive yourself for 2 spirit orbs. Safe fall will also make your life way easier, so you can jump from a ledge and avoid fall damage. Concentration is amazing to slow time with ranged weapons. And of course the perfect parry is really good too, so you can counter enemy attacks and get spirit back. But you also want to spend a lot of skills in the Odachi tree in the melee section. I would argue that it's nice to do that after getting the dodge roll, as the sooner you get the strength of the mountain skill, the better, as this increases the stagger damage against all enemies. So really make sure that you can use this weapon against any enemy type in the game without having to switch to other weapons. This will also unlock the bulwark stance and the upgrade to make the charged heavy attack stronger, and I really recommend the unstoppable strike strikes as well, so you take less damage while using the weapon. And the indomitable counter is amazing too, so when you get the timing right, you can counter all the attacks, including the red glowing ones, so more easily trigger a perfect parry. Dennis, by the way, has more tips for the Odachi in the all weapons video that I will leave a link to in the video description. I got another trick to make the Odachi even stronger early in the game, but first I want to touch on some other amazing unlocks. We now namely want to go to Teshio Ridge, the Kitsune region that is close to the Odachi Master. By doing this main mission, you will first reach the Nayoro Wilds and meet Hushi. Totally do the side quest that opens up after you meet her, because this will give you basically the traveler's attire from Tsushima but in Yotei. This lets fireflies guide you to altars of reflection within a 55-meter distance, so you can more easily spot them, but it also now has a golden bird appear for the shamisen songs and the sumie paintings. Like, you obviously always want to follow these golden birds when they appear, because they will, even without this armor, lead you to onsen for max health upgrades and the bamboo stands to increase your spirit orbs. Like, obviously do these every time you come across them, because that will make you way stronger early as well. And the final upgrade lets you sometimes pick up flowers by walking over them, with the chance increasing after upgrading. But in order to upgrade this armor, you need to find the Ainu items, special collectibles that you can find in the world. In the village Husko Katan, where you meet Hushi, you want to move up here and listen to the story to unlock a new mythic tale. You want to do this ASAP, because this unlocks the charm of the true aim that gives you an auto lock on the Yumi bow. First for only 1 arrow, but by defeating enemies with this lock on feature, you upgrade the charm and it can go up to 2 and then later 3 after fully upgrading it. So you can take out 3 enemies with 1 shot, and this also counts as stealth, so you can very quickly take care of multiple enemies that are close to each other without alerting the rest of the camp. You also want to go to the Mount Yotei Shrine and climb to the top to pick up 2 powerful charms, namely a gift from your mother that increases your arrow damage further. You have to find shamisen songs for this, and your father's charm gives you health on perfect parries. And totally don't immediately leave here, by the way, because if you explore the top a bit, you will find this very cool weapon kit for your katana. Another really nice unlock that you want to get early is the Kunai. It can also make it way stronger early on. So now we want to go to Teshio Ridge by following that main quest out of the Nayoro Wilds. And then simply head to this farm over here on the map, complete the quest, and you unlock the Kunai that instantly staggers an enemy and leaves them open for attacks for a pretty long duration. Now after the quest, 4 other farms have been added to your map, and by completing 2 of these, you get an amazing charm that adds a second kunai to your throw without costing an extra one. So totally equip this and focus on killing enemies with the kunai, also while taking over the other farms, because this adds another kunai to the throw up to 4. If you then complete all 4 farms, you get the charm of burning blades that let the kunai deal fire damage and ignite flammable objects, so now they deal damage as well. And a really nice trick is to stay close to an enemy and then throw the kunai, because then all the kunai hit that one target. So you're basically doing a shotgun blast that can instantly kill enemies. It's really great. And of course, smart to upgrade the kunai and the amount you can carry, but the most important upgrade you want to get, and can actually already get relatively early, is for the Odachi. Yes, I found a way to fully upgrade the weapon without killing an extra main story target. So we still only have the snake at this point in the game. By getting the kunai and taking back the farms, you got enough shinobi steel. Totally loot the chest when you see them too. And now we only need the 10 Oni Raider masks. Well, you get those by simply doing the first mission in the direction of the Oni, so the one that starts over here. Loot the enemies and the chest and you get the currency, although it might not be the 10 that you need. I got a solution for that. First we want to do something else though, namely complete the 3 camps that are needed for the Odachi Master. Because after doing that and going back to him, you get a new quest, and during this mission you will at one point have to fight a group of enemies in a field. Now it's very important that you loot these enemies immediately after killing them, or leave like one enemy alive so you can loot everyone before the mission is over. Because this is the first time that you can get gun parts in the game, otherwise you get them from the final region that is locked behind main story progress. But by getting these gun parts here, they can also show up in other chests in the game. So if you now go to the garden over here on the map and make your way to this location where you see a chest, if you open that chest while already having 1 shinobi steel, an oni mask and gun parts, then you will get these items from this chest as well. If you don't have them yet, then the chest will not give you these items. So that's why this order is important, because now we can upgrade the Odachi to rank 3, and for the final rank we only need a few more gun parts. Simply follow the main missions from the Kitsune, because during these you will encounter more of these purple chests that can give you all 3 resources. So then you can get the leftover gun parts by just following the main missions, getting these chests to get the Odachi to rank 4, the max rank, relatively early, so then you're insanely powerful throughout the whole game. Check out that early armors video by clicking on the screen. Subscribe for way more Ghost of Yotei tips and tricks like this. A like would be awesome, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.